rain!
Dude, we gotta talk about this! Good news alert!
Hey guys, what is up? It is finally time for another video. So first off, finally, the Bad Batch Season 3 trailer breakdown has officially come, which, something surprising, is actually only got one trailer. I mean, unless they decide to do, like, a trailer within the next, 4 days. But anyway, the other piece of good news is, as you all are well aware, in the past I have done parts 1 and 2 for my trailer breakdowns. Well, from now on, such is no longer the case, since, as you've seen from my Marvelous Profile videos, they are well over 15 minutes. And thank you to YouTube, I have confirmed my phone number, so in that case, I have the ability now to make videos longer than 15 minutes without being a robot, so to speak, which I am not, thank God. And, let's go.
So the trailer starts out on this rocky, desolate wasteland, which this may... I'm looking at the bridge right now, it may actually be the citadel that the Bad Batch were originally tried to infiltrate in the same spot of Tech's presumed death. I'm going to raise a strong argument against his death in this trailer. Just an FYI, get to that in a little bit. And Imperial gunships start firing at this tanker that the Bad Batch are trying to use in order to escape. And it is an all-out attack war. They're running out of road, and then all of a sudden, the archaeologist comes down in his ship. The same girl who they started to make Tech fall in love with, and oh yeah, that was also the same episode in which he died! So why did you have to set up a love interest for him in the same episode that he died? Wait a minute, what the heck am I saying? No, he didn't die! No! And then after this, the remnant of the Bad Batch decides to bail as the archaeologist opens the cargo bay door, and no, Wrecker, please do not die on me, man! Dude, please! The tanker is about to go over the cliff, and Wrecker reaches out to Hunter to grab him. Please, nobody die! And thank you to Star Wars for this trailer. So, there you go. They own it, I don't. We then see this cruiser ship heading towards a spaceport here at Coruscant. Very interesting. For all of those Star Wars people who have not memorized the planets, this is the city planet, the home of the former Republic. And I would just like to say, forgive the lighting in this video. A lot of Star Wars scenes are incredibly dark, and there's nothing that I can do to help that. So anyway, take my word for it, Rex and Hunter are talking in this one scene here. Whether they're on the Murado or on a different ship, I have no idea. And Rex says to Hunter that he thought that the end of the war would mean the end of losing more of their brothers. Even though that the war between the Republic and the Separatists have ended, with the Empire rising up, more clone lives are being spent. And then we get this devastating scene of an island with a large watchtower running into flames. Now, I don't want to jump to conclusion, but just by judging the scale of the island, I do believe that this is the same island that the Bad Batch in Season 2 were once going to call home. So already it is indicated that even though they have the one thing that they've wanted all along, Omega, the Empire is still on the Bad Batch's butt for being betrayers to them. We then see this interesting shot of, I'm not sure whether this is of a new model of ship. I mean, it looks like a combination of an Imperial cruiser with a walker head. That's, I bet you that this is just supposed to be a Imperial gunner, but I don't know, it looks like it has different wings as opposed to the classic 45-degree downcast wings of the typical gunner ships. I don't know. Anyway, it's downed, whatever it is. And when Rex is specifically saying this, most likely this is a scene that Hunter tells Rex what has happened to them. And just then, in the next scene, a brand new line of the new stormtroopers in new gear comes marching in. And the population flees. Now, I don't know, but it looks like they're marching over to a war general who is marching toward them as well, as we see this one figure right here who is actually moving toward the Imperials. And everyone else is just running away, most likely to some kind of disaster shelter. And while we get this weird science lab scene, Rex is heard to say, "We can't just walk away. Not while the Empire still has the kid." Omega is imprisoned, wearing science lab clothing, and as she's walking along, she sees a line of clone prisoners, one of them being Crosshair. Now, something I just need to throw in here, this has indeed been confirmed. Everything that has happened to Crosshair previously, betraying his brothers, finding out that he was on the wrong side all along, and all of that traumatic experience that he went through with all of the interrogations that the doctor gave him, it has been confirmed that in this new season of The Bad Batch, Crosshair is going to be suffering from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Further hinting at the clip that we got for Bad Batch Season 3 not too long ago, where Crosshair was refusing to help Omega escape not because he wanted her to suffer, but because he was trying to protect her from himself and everything that he's gone through. Right now, he's probably just like, I can't even. And if you guys haven't seen that clip already, it is on YouTube, and I do believe it is very easy to search for. All you gotta do is type in the search bar, Bad Batch Season 3 clip, and when you see a video labeled Confined underneath the label of Star Wars, that's the one. So if you want to, go check it out. And then we see that the traumatic, scary, but Doctor is back in play in the story.
No! No!
The Doctor says to the guards behind him to secure Omega in a cell. And then what the fuck is this? Are they, like, scanning her for, like, DNA signatures to keep her from leaving her cell? Or are they, like, experimenting on her? What the heck? All the while, the female clone, who in the last episode was confirmed to be Omega's sister, is just watching some sister, and she is wearing goggles. No. She is not gonna be the new tech! And I mean, I just have to say, hopefully you guys are able to see this. I'll try to get a better image of it. But the armor that the Bad Batch is wearing is just completely scratched up, dented, and bruised. At this moment in time, just like they are. And as Omega looks out at the island that she is being imprisoned on, and as Wrecker and Hunter are talking to each other, Hunter says that Omega has been waiting for them for a long time. This is confirmed because they are no longer wearing stitches and medical gear that they were in the last 2 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2. So they needed time to recover in order to get back into the fight. Also, apparently a lot of time has passed in between The Bad Batch Season 2 and The Bad Batch Season 3. So, Omega has been away from The Bad Batch for a stinking long time, which I just want to say, maybe that also hints that the Bad Batch may or may not have healing factors, I feel like this is a little bit of a far-fetched idea since it has been stated that it is a long time. But as you can see, Omega doesn't look that much different. I mean, from the Bad Batch Season 2 at least, I'm just saying none of the characters really do look different, but isn't it convenient that Omega is the only one who doesn't look different to me? Because she literally cannot age? We then get, I think this is the Marauder, escaping this stormy, gloomy blue planet. No, I do not think this is Kamino. Kamino was basically obliterated. But anyway, they're running away from gunfire, and then Hunter is heard to say that their mission is not over yet. Their mission, find Omega and bring her home. Then the ship jumps into lightspeed. On February 21st, baby, let's go! In the next shot, two Paprichori, or whatever their names are, the two red guys are escorting Emperor Palpatine, the crazy lunatic doctor, and the cloning genius, the girl. I can't remember all these Star Wars names! But anyway, he's talking to both of them. And I actually had an idea why. Maybe it's the fact that he too wants Omega because he wants to find out the secret on how to cheat death. And this is a straight callback to episode 3.
To cheat death is a power only one has achieved. But if we work together, I know we can discover the secret.
I get the feeling that was nothing but a dirty lie in order to get Anakin to join his side, but maybe Palpatine is trying to use Omega for the sole purpose for self-regeneration, for being able to cheat death, not for Anakin, but for him, since Padme at this moment in time is now gone. Palpatine says that there is nothing of greater importance to secure the future of the Empire. So I'm thinking either he's talking about killing the Bad Batch or getting to Omega to find out how she is living so long. We then see this large city. I do not believe that this is Coruscant since there is a huge pointy mountain range in the background. I don't know exactly where this is, but it has very resemblant market vibes to it. And then a line of stormtroopers on the island that I believe Omega is being held. There is a new trooper with... Is that a shotgun? He looks like an A5 unit, but I want to believe, due to the lack of wiring and mechanical parts, that this is indeed a human. Not just any human. The new Crosshair. As we can see on his mask, he has a little visor in order to gaze into his shots more easily. And this, right here, because of how goggle-like the eyes on the helmet are, I do believe that this is tech.
What?
Hear me out! It is possible. I mean, did anyone ask the question how the heck the Doctor got Tech's old glasses in the first place? I mean, I'm like, how did he know where Tech fell? I mean, yes, it was outside his Citadel, but I mean, it is so logical that somewhere in the Citadel, somewhere in the same place where Crosshair and Omega are being held, Tech is also there acting as a servant to the Doctor and the Empire, because it is possible that they reinserted a chip into him. The inhibitor chips allow the clones to obey the commands of the person who set them in their mind in the first place. Henceforth, why Order 66 was so easy. And as the clones fly into these cockpits for the ships, Emperor Palpatine is heard to say, anything that you need in order to succeed you will have it. And I'm betting he's talking to the two doctors to unlock the secret of Omega's long life. Some giant cannons outside of this control center start shooting down a ship, and some gunner ships also plummet down, spiraling too. Trust me, this is Wrecker. What is with the dark shots? And he's pointing his blaster at something. And of course, you can't have the Bad Batch without explosions! A teal-gloved hand attached to this big coat is driving a huge tanker, but I don't know who this could be. I don't think it's the archaeologist, just because of how the arm is shaped and how this is either one of the Bad Batch members because of the hand guard right here, or maybe this is the kid from the mine that we got in the Bad Batch Season 2 with Mako, or whatever his name is. That episode was pretty dark, so I don't know. The tanker starts firing it all on this bridge, and my guess is this is related to the same scene that we got when the Bad Batch was being attacked by all the clone troopers when the tanker drives off the cliff. And it's firing at another tanker. I don't know if it's running away or if it's heading straight for it. I don't know. This random shot of a clone trooper in a cockpit and all of the electric wiring is getting fried, so this scene has got to have some sort of importance, but I don't know why they threw this in here. I don't know. And these guys look like they're about ready to jump out of the ship. Probably landing on the tanker that's about to drive off the cliff, so this scene's probably related. Yes, it's the original Marauder! Yes! I was hoping that they weren't going to have to get a new ship, because, I mean, aside from that one planet that they were being welcomed onto to hang up their saddles, the Marauder is basically the only thing that they can call home now, ever since Kamino was destroyed. And again, I have no idea where this is. There are just so many planets in this franchise. An interesting plot twist, Fennec Shan is back in the mix. Yeah, baby! And I just have to address that the Fennec Shan that we have seen in Boba Fett, everyone going into the Bad Batch Season 3 and who has seen Boba Fett, forget about that Fennec Shan. This is in the past. This is before she became the cyborg, and she is now still a very strong, tough bounty hunter who is only on her own side. Maybe she hears that Omega has escaped and is hired to bring her in, since she was in Bad Batch Season 1 trying to do the same thing? And I could hardly believe this! Cad Bane is back?! No! You brought back the Doctor, and you also brought back Cad Bane?! That's actually a pretty good story, because both of these characters are extremely unlikable, and that is further hinting at multiple bounty hunters are hired to track down Omega. And Cad Bane was also a bounty hunter who was trying to capture Omega in the Bad Batch Season 1. So, are they trying to pull out all the sentiments of both seasons? That's actually a pretty good idea. And again, I cannot remember her name. The cloning doctor, I actually feel, is going to be a huge, huge factor for this story. Since before Omega joined the Bad Batch, this cloning doctor was basically the only thing that Omega had to a mother. And I would actually, legitimately, like to see this character join the Bad Batch. I would actually like that. And if they do that, I would have no problem with that whatsoever. I mean, I would applaud Star Wars for that. If they decide to do something differently, alright, we'll see how it goes. This clone says that they're coming for all of you, and he's wearing black gear. Now, it was never actually explained why in the Bad Batch Season 2 there was an evil clone who was trying to go after Senator Tachuchi, I think her name was, but I have no idea. This is further hinting at they are reinvigorating the chips in the clones, making them evil, making them serve the Doctor, making them serve the Empire, and henceforth Tech could still be alive. Something then very interesting, we have a combination of a whole bunch of different armors. We have right here, this is the new Stormtrooper gear, the old Clone Trooper Empire gear, the new General Stormtrooper gear, and a Imperial Clone Trooper in ARC Trooper gear? This is because of the extended cloth that goes from the belt all the way down to the knees. How the heck did they get their hands on one of these guys? And then we get Hunter, and he's back on the island. So, fingers crossed, prayers to God that these guys do not lose their home a second time, and the story ends happily. Go, Bad Batch! Rex, I have no idea where he is. He looks like he's either in a ship or some kind of cargo bay hold, my bad. Another dark shot, but out of the Marauder comes walking out Mama and Echo, baby! Yes, he's back! The clone in black armor is holding a flamethrower, which I don't know whether or not he's either evil or maybe, just maybe, could this be Shtick? Or whoever his name was that they rescued from the Bad Batch Season 2? Wow, I am doing horribly with these names. And then Omega is trying to fly one of the ships that the clone troopers were jumping into. So possibly she could escape with Crosshair and maybe also even Tech and be able to fly the ship. However, it looks like she's trying to pull up because it looks like the ship is getting shot out of the sky. Just because of this expression and this pose and the way she's holding the stick to operate the maneuvers of the ship, it looks like she's trying to keep it from plummeting. We then get this hologram of that rocky, desolate island that the Bad Batch were on with the tanker, and Hunter says, give us a real challenge. So most likely, this is where the season is going to kick off. We then see that Wrecker right here is trying to save Hunter from a stinking crocodile? Dude! And then after that, Hunter gets pulled into the water and Wrecker just jumps in after him. And then we get something insane. One last fight. So there you have it, folks. This is going to be the endgame, possibly the Avengers endgame for the Bad Batch. And then in between those scenes, we get this dark Imperial cruiser. It almost looks like a ship for like one of the gosh, there it is again. The Inquisitors. That's what it is. And it's on this purple planet. Cool. Hunter draws out his knife and he looks absolutely vicious. He looks like something's trying to get to Omega and he's just going all Papa Bear mode. Wrecker, in this incredibly dark shot, is locking his arms together just in order to say,
I'm taking you down.
Then we have some clone troopers telling everyone to get down. I don't know whether or not this is Rex. I mean, there's a really big gun for Rex. I don't think that's his style. And this is probably, I was just rewatching this trailer before I was doing the breakdown, and I noticed something incredible. When Hunter then says, we're not really good at following orders, look very closely at the guns. This isn't what you think that I'm saying. Look at this gun right here. It's incredibly long, and holding it, we can see an arm with black armor and a big backpack. Crosshair rejoices, brothers! He's fighting alongside his brothers again! Yes! Oh my gosh! Forgive me if I blew you guys' ears out, but I am so excited that Crosshair is back with his brothers! Okay, here's a better shot. You can definitely see the backpack right here. Hopefully the arm too. And a little bit of the mask right next to the backpack. Yes! And then this alien creature with some kind of a huge frill. I mean, what the stick is this? Whatever it is, I guess it's some kind of a wild animal because it's attacking a clone trooper. Or rather, a stormtrooper. Yeah, because it's the, it's the one in the new gear. The Marauder flies away from this control center. We get some cannons blasting or whatever. I think on a walker? Oh, Wrecker, please tell me that you infiltrated a walker and are using it to wreak havoc. And, yeah, there's also these guys in the way. Not a big deal anymore. And then I think this is Hunter who's jumping into a Imperial gunner. They're gonna use their own weapons against them. And then like a pro, he just starts throwing people off the ship. We then get this one voice. I didn't plan to kill you, but you're making it very tempting. And then probably the biggest mind grenade of all. Blast fire starts to get deflected by Asajj Ventress? I'm sorry, what? Both Hunter and Wrecker try to fire at her, but the actor for Omega has recently come out and said that her character, Omega, is going to have a strong connection to Asajj Ventress. Hopefully that means she's just a bounty hunter and that she's trying to get Omega a little bit more than Cad Bane and Fennec Shan are. But I'm not really a huge fan of the character. And she's holding a stinking yellow lightsaber? What the? Probably stole it from somebody. But, yeah. Other than that, just everything else that you saw in the intro.
So I hope you guys had a good time, and wow, this was an extraordinarily long video. Like I said, again, forgive me guys if I blew your ears out in that one segment. I was just so freaking out. But oh my gosh, this actually looks like it's going to be a good series. And fingers crossed, Tech is alive. I'm just so happy that Crosshair is back. Other than that, I'm probably not going to have a whole bunch of problems with this series, just for the fact that Crosshair is back. I mean, hands down, Echo is my favorite, but Crosshair is probably definitely one of the favorites. It's probably like Echo, Wrecker, Crosshair that I think about it. But, oh my gosh, this is so insane, and make sure to subscribe to the Dragon Clan family to not miss out on my future videos and giveaways. And share with your friends if you like this. Spread the word of all this crazy stuff that we got back. The Doctor, Cad Bane, Crosshair is coming back with his brothers. The possibility that Tech is still alive, which I am going to hold on to till the bitter end. And I hope you guys enjoy this endgame series that is going to be The Bad Batch Season 3. And like this video if you are a fan of The Bad Batch. Subscribe, share, all those kinds of things. I don't know if I got all of that yet, but I did now. So, with all that said and done, respect for all you guys out there. Peace out. Crosshair is back, baby! Sorry.